Hey, how you doing there? Coming from Sydney, Australia, just outside the Barangaroo Sydney Casino. It's a new one right behind me. Shortly going to be filming that. Got a Canon RF 85mm macro IS STM on my RP camera over there. I'm testing that out and I'll be showing you some night photos, some nice bokeh. If you're like me and you've had a lot of EF lenses using the DSLR, the R series from Canon, you most likely have done exactly what I've done, and I've used the adapter and moved across a lot of my lenses onto the camera. You'll find that this RF 85mm is something you need to pay attention to, and if you're worrying about your budget and still trying to get some really good results, I think this is the camera and the lens for you. It's a very light lens compared to my EF 16 to 35mm lens. That was an L lens. I was tempted to go for an L lens with this camera, something like the 24 to 105mm L lens and an RF mount. That was looking really good, just slightly more dearer than this, probably more a very generalist type lens, coming out for an f4. With this 85mm, it's an f2. So you've got a very nice low light lens. And it makes up for it not being an L lens. I'll tell you, it's really smooth. It's not very dear, it's not very expensive, and that's something to take note of. Later on, when these series, the R series is more established, I'd highly recommend going to an L lens if you take more professional shots. But I wouldn't linger. If you can at all possible, start moving to the RF mounts. They are certainly one of the better buys. Look towards the end of this video. You'll find a scene with a tree very nicely lit up, but you'll also see that it's a low light situation, and I've changed from the 85mm to another lens. You'll find the effects of a incorrectly chosen lens for a nighttime scene with those lights and with that sort of scene. It's something to be able to compare back towards the other shots which have obviously been taken in a low light situation. Why don't I take you through across to the Crown Casino, show you some evening shots. It's a very dark overhead night. I'll also show you some bokeh, some creamy backgrounds, out of focus shots, and just some natural street photography in a low light situation. Most of it was done on manual focus, I'll be honest, so we won't be testing the autofocus in these shots. And with that, why don't we just go out and have a look now.